What is good, fam? Today is kind of a shaky day, so we took a break even. And the funny thing is, it was floating from 2% and above and went back to break even. I kept convincing myself that maybe it would go lower because I've had many scenarios where price goes to my break even, hits it, then goes lower. So I guess that's one of the times where the market is teaching me a lesson. So let's review the trade. Now, let's start with trading view. I'd like to show you my thought process. So this is the trade I took. You can see we missed it by a tick, missed TP by a tick, and then ended up hitting stop loss, which I had moved to break even. Luckily I did that. Now, let's see. Let me show it to you in the notes. So here we are. It was Monday. It was no news Monday, so we will expect some chop up, obviously. So we will trade cautiously. And now I had a bullish bias in mind, but the shorts I took, they were temporary, obviously. So I was like, okay. So I was looking for price maybe to retrace into the fair value gap, maybe take out some London lows, then we expand higher. So this was an NQ, how it was looking like. I was thinking maybe you can do some retracement, then push higher. Now the next image here, 4 hour was supporting our bias, which was bullish. And going to 1H, you can see we had some London lows here. So as of now, as we speak, I don't think we've even reached those lows yet. But yeah, everything's cool. We haven't done that. I think maybe it's because this day was kind of less volatility day. Now when I go to the 15-minute, we have an SMT. I got an SMT showing me that, okay, we might actually even push up higher now, but what I'm waiting for is it will depend on what the market will show me. So I'm grateful of the way I was looking at the markets. And so let me show you what happened. So we ended up pushing higher, taking out these relatively equal highs, and when you go to the 1H, we were somewhere up here, which was in premium and also OTE of the range as well. It was like, okay, since we're here, maybe we might have some reversal and go lower. But the price is reacting nicely here. I was looking for an entry, but I was like, okay, you know what, let me not trade PM session. So let's get back to the chase. So now I went on the 15-minute. I was like, okay, so since we've pushed higher, taking up buy side, we might retrace lower to then maybe continue higher, but we wouldn't use a retracement, so which we did, like into this gap here. But my take profit was close to the consequent encroachment of the gap, and then like price dropped into the take profit, but because of the spreads, obviously I didn't get filled, and then it completely reversed. So what was my thought process? So we were at the highs, we put in an SMT, if you remember well, a sweep, and then we got the fair value gap. So here it is. So we had pushed high enough, so I saw that we had this good change in the state, but then I was like, okay, let's wait so that we can make it an A+. So in my POV, this was an A+ setup. The wrong thing that I did here was to not take the best that I can, not to try to target the whole move, because honestly, if I went on the 15-minute and I was targeting just this low of the gap, I would have got a better target, even though it would have been like a full 1 to 2, not like a 1 to 2.5 that I was thinking of. Would have been better, but yeah, it's experience going under my sleeve, so I can't blame myself for anything. So this should have been the move I would have waited for, instead of targeting like at least the consequent encroachment of the gap, because here it was clearly obvious that we were bullish, even though I took a short-term trade. So I'm grateful that I didn't marry my bias to be like, I'll only take buys, I think market should go here, but instead react on what the market was showing me. Did you put in a shift? Yes. Did you put in an order block? Yes. Did we get the fair value gap? Yes. Did we reject it? Yes. So I actually entered somewhere around here as a limit order, and I withstood this heat, this amount of heat here, and then price ended up going to my target. So that's something that I'm grateful that I have learned today. So that was all about the trade. Let's check it out on trade seller. Now here I think price is gonna spool higher. You can see we have an SMT. We're in now fair value gap. We can actually take a trade somewhere here. Most probably. Let's see. We're rejecting a 1 hour gap from, and we have another block. Why can't I take this? Look at this. 5. Internet. Anyways, let's go to the trades that I took and I show you how the P&L was running. Okay, the P&L, you can see some amount of drawdown. We floated $522. That's 2%. 2% of the account, which I could have made potentially, but then I ended up losing everything back to $8, which is obviously break even. So yeah, that's another lesson learned. That's more experience under my sleeve. Anyways, I would like to put the default template here. Anyways, let's check it here. So we have these lows taken out, this one taken out as well. Let's see if we can take some short-term buys to this high. I had already marked it, but since PM session is showing me some signs, we can take it. I mean, it's probable, isn't it? So I'll wait for the gap at least for me to take the entry. That's the only time I will take the entry. So the gap obviously is this one we're waiting for, and then put a limit. So maybe I'll go, if price doesn't spool all the way to my take profit before tagging me in, then I'm interested in something like 1 to 1.3, I don't know, something that could give me some small momentum, but it will depend. Let's see, will it return? I don't know. Sometimes it can or it cannot, so I don't think it's possible, man. Let's see the 15. Yikes. So let's just wait on that. Let's just wait on 5. Okay, so let's mark this entry here. So I entered somewhere around here. Limit. Stop loss was there. Take profit somewhere around there. I really hate this, man. And they end up getting out of break even. So yeah, this is how the trade went. Trade journal. What about this trade? Was analysis, risk management. Didn't risk more than 1%. And this trade, honestly, I would give it a 4.5 at least, or a full 4. And this is risk management. Entering the trade, I was confident, even though price was in some drawdown, but I waited patiently. So it's funny how everyone's model plays out. Like, if this happened to be a win, like, some other people also took wins, but guess what? Some were buys, some were shorts. So people see the market in different perspectives. Like, I was watching some videos, which I probably think I'm gonna cut off, because watching other people, the day I take losses, break evens, or any other trade, and I go online and like how I made 3K in 9 minutes, which kind of puts me in a mental space of thinking that I haven't achieved that yet. Well, while I shouldn't be thinking like that, but focus on the process, since it's a matter of time to be making that and even multiples of that. So I think I'll just cut it off and not watch much of the trade recaps from other traders, because it kind of distracts me from focusing on my own journey. The prices was in, waited patiently for the setup to play out. So honestly, I was pissed off, but I know I am in no position to have an argument with the market. So this is another lesson. And yeah, so the action: hold, have a set TP in mind, and taking partials will be something to consider. Yeah, I think this is all. No much talk here, so we can mark it. Oh, playbook. It was the ICT entry model. Like we had the sweep, the shift, the retracement, the gap, then we moved. So the sweep, shift, and the retest. Yeah, I think this is also. Thanks to God. Good, so you can mark this as reviewed. Go back to the dashboard. Hope we have full score. Yeah, and let's check if this thing will pick the trade. So we have the change in the state right here. The 15. 3. So we will see. Stay blessed.